Today, CD Projekt Red unfortunately needed to release a statement, essentially bringing up the fact that an individual or a group of individuals had come in possession of a few internal files belonging to CDPR, and among those were designs for the upcoming Cyberpunk game. Now, that alone is bad enough, but as you may have guessed, it doesn't just end there. To make matters worse, the individual or a group of individuals were also demanding that a ransom be paid, and otherwise the files would be released to the general public. For those wondering, the price they were asking for was never made public, but whether or not it was $5 or $50,000, I completely agree with how CDPR handled it. Long story short, they won't be giving in to the demands of the thieves, and basically mention that because of this, there is a good chance that we may end up seeing some sort of leaks in the future. Just keep in mind, these most likely won't represent the game in its current state at all, and normally I wouldn't really care too much about leaks. If they happen, they happen, and if they don't, then they don't. I think they've almost become an accepted part of gaming nowadays. However, as many of you know, The Witcher 3 ended up being one of my favorite games of all time. And since then, CD Projekt Red has continued to earn my respect on countless occasions. And whether you enjoyed The Witcher or not, it's tough to deny that CDPR is easily one of the most consumer-friendly companies out there, doing things like free DLC and even crazy sales on games that me and many others would gladly pay twice as much for. So when it really boils down to it, seeing them be the target of something like this is really shitty. Not to mention, The Witcher 3 was a game that I somehow managed to get through without any major spoilers, and with a game as promising as Cyberpunk, I'd love to be able to do the same. Luckily, CDPR also goes on to say that the appropriate legal authorities will be informed, so you never know, there could be a chance that these potential leaks never end up seeing the light of day. But I mean, seriously, these guys couldn't have chosen some of the many shitty companies out there to do this to. They just had to go and pick one of the nicest ones out there. Overall, I'd have to say I think I'm just glad that CD Projekt Red decided not to back down to these scumbags, and that if anything does end up being leaked, it shouldn't be anything close to what the final game will look like. Either way, like the letter says, I'd still recommend staying away from any sort of information not coming directly from CD Projekt Red, especially for those of you who would rather not have any part of this game spoiled for you, which admittedly and sadly won't be easy, considering that in this day and age, if it does leak, it'll most likely end up being all over the place. So once again, this is just an all-around shitty situation for pretty much everyone involved. That being said, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. As of now, there really isn't too much other information to go off of, so good luck to those of you trying to keep your distance from any potential spoilers out there, and also the best of luck to CD Projekt Red as they try and deal with these pricks. I think that pretty much sums it up.